Good morning. My name is Mr. Stone, and we're going to play as classes are coming in 2 pieces for you. And the first is called the Hey Song, and you'll know when to say hey from the song because the music teachers will help you with that. Can you say hey together right now? Hey! All right, just like that.
Like I said, we may move you guys on the floor, 3rd graders. We've got 6.
if you're a 4th, 5th, or 6th grader. And I know many of you already play instruments with your teacher, Mr. Holcomb. But if you have never played, it's never too late to start if you're in those grade levels. So could I have you raise your hand if you're a 4th, 5th, or 6th grader? Excellent, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Excellent, what a nice group, and hands down. We will, in this assembly, involve you in being a participant. It's not just a concert, so we want you to be energized and have a good time with this. We begin the program with the Olympic fanfare.
Start off our program with a participation song. I need all of you to sit up nice and straight, and I want you to watch our music teachers and myself, and whatever motions we make, we want you to make those motions back with us. And if we sing a phrase, you sing it back to us. So join it, and you'll have a lot of fun. It's called My Aunt Came Back. Watch the stage. My aunt came back. From far Japan, and brought for me, a pretty fan. Everybody, my aunt came back, from old Algiers, and brought for me, a pair of shears. My aunt came back, from Holland too, and brought for me, a wooden shoe. My aunt came back, from Belgium fair, and brought for me, a rocking chair. My aunt came back, from Timbuktu, and brought for me, some gum to chew. My aunt came back, from Kalamazoo, and brought for me, some nuts like you. Give yourselves a nice hand. Good job.
Raise your hand if you are in the 3rd grade. All right, you lucky people get to play the flutophone this year, and if you do a really good job on it, you can ask Mr. Holcomb to teach you this song from The Lion King.
next selection is entitled Mother Doesn't Allow, better known as Mama Don't Allow. And you're going to see all the instruments performed here that you could play here at Eister School with Mr. Holcomb. And we're going to play in a style that allows improvisation. And Mr. Holcomb can tell you more about that during your music lessons this year. Mama don't allow no violin to play around here. Mama don't allow no cello to play around here. I don't care what Mama don't allow, gonna play the strings anyhow. Mama don't allow the string bass play around here. Mama don't allow no flute to play around here. Mama don't allow no clarinet. I don't care what Mama don't allow, gonna play the woodwinds anyhow. Mama don't allow no saxophone. Mama don't allow no trumpet to play around here. Mama don't allow no trombone to play around here. I don't care what Mama don't allow, gonna play these brass anyhow. Mama don't allow no cornet. Here they are, the musicians of Bakersfield City School District. Let's all clap them up.
On our next song, we'd like to feature the woodwind family. In the woodwind family of instruments, we have the flute, the clarinet, and the saxophone. And we're going to play a very fast song called William Tell Overture.
What instrument am I holding up here, everybody? Violin. It's a part of the string family. How many of you play violin here? Oh, quite a few of you. Okay. If you like the string instruments, there's another one that you might want to consider besides the violin. We also have several cellos at this school, and you get to sit down when you play them. And then the largest of them all, you get to stand up and be the biggest one in the orchestra, the string bass. Would you all say string bass? String bass! Now, if you want to play a cello or string bass, I have one here at the school for you. You don't have to go out and buy it or anything. We're going to put all the strings together and play a slow jazz piece for you. And the music teachers can't even sit still. They have to move around on this one, so watch them. It's called the blues.
Okay, the next song that we are going to perform is going to feature our trumpets and trombones, called the brass section. This song was made famous by a very good trumpet player by the name of Louis Armstrong, and you might have heard it in some commercials as well. The song is What a Wonderful World.
The next song we're going to sing is about how to get into music. Before we do that, where are my third graders? Have we already started flutophone? Already learning our songs? I gave Mrs. Sabru some sheets today, so when you have flutophone next time, you can take your sheets home. 4th, 5th, and 6th, where are you? Okay, hands down. How many of you were in orchestra last year, the one before school? All right, those of you that were in orchestra last year, after the program today, I want you to come up and get a yellow letter from me. That is going to explain when orchestra is. We have a new room, a new time. That's all on this letter. If you were not in orchestra last year, but you want to start playing an instrument or you never made it to orchestra, all the teachers in their boxes have a white letter. This is for 4th, 5th, and 6th to get into music. And the letter tells you what to do. We're going to do a song now that talks about what to do. And if you watch for a sign by Mr. Keniston, he's going to hold up a sign, and I want to listen to see if you can read that sign in a loud voice.
Violins and saxophones and clarinets and slide trombones, big bass drums and sousaphones and trumpets, cellos, flutes, and maracas! To join music, have your parents call the school. To join music, have your parents call the school. It will be exciting, so we are inviting you to join in all the fun. Take your letter home, be sure to use the phone to get signed up this very day. This very day! What should you do? Have your parents call the school. What should I can't hear you. Have your parents call the school. What should you do? Have your parents call the school. What should you do? Have your parents call the school. Have your parents call the school. Have your parents call the school. Call the school.
Boys and girls, are you enjoying the program so far? All right, that's great. I know you're going to enjoy this next piece. It has a very fun drum part at the beginning. I think you're all going to enjoy that, kind of tap your toes a little bit there. And one of my favorite parts of the program is the trumpet solos that you're going to get to hear in just a minute. This is a fun Latin jazz piece, and it's called Malagueña.
Good morning, boys and girls and ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to America's Symphony Idol. Before we get started, I'd like to introduce our judges. We have Randy.
Yo, yo, yo.
We have Paula.
Hi, everyone.
And Simon. I'm your host, Ryan Seahorse, and tonight we're down to just 4 contestants. So please join with me in welcoming our first contestant, Clay Akins, on the clarinet. Judges.
Yo, dog, I was feeling it. I love the playing.
I agree with Randy. Excellent job. I like the choice of music, and pitch is really good, too.
I've always enjoyed the sound of the clarinet, up until you played.
Thank you, judges. Our next contestant, Ruben Stutterstein, on the saxophone. Thank you, and judges.
All right, as I continue the dream.
Well, first of all, I love the saxophone, and you did an excellent job. Excellent job. It definitely put me in the mood to dance.
I just have one question for you, Mr. Stutterstein. Was that music, or was that a flock of geese honking by?
Stay tuned for George Huff and Puff on his trumpet after the break. Here we are, back from the break, and it's George Huff and Puff.
That was awesome. Beyond American Idol. You need to go on the road.
Great job. Out of the ballpark. Really enjoyed it.
I think you did a very, very good job. Why don't you just hire some real musicians behind you, though?
And last but not least, sliding in on his trombone, JPL. Thank you, and judges.
Yo, boy, you could play. You're gonna win it.
I agree. That was outstanding with a capital O-O-O-7.
First of all, you look like a pin salesman. Well, aren't we a supportive audience? Second of all, I wasn't sure if I was wearing a trombone or if I was in a 5 o'clock traffic jam.
Thank you for watching, and don't forget to phone or text message your vote to 1-800-SYMPHONY-IDOL. And join us tomorrow for the results of our contest. Good night.
Well, I don't know about you, but I think Simon woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Didn't you think all 4 performers were awesome? Give them a hand. And just in case you don't already know Mr. Holcomb, he is nothing like Simon. So let's give Mr. Holcomb a hand. You have been a great audience. We have one final selection for you, and this is music from cartoons. And yes, this is what I would like you to do. I'm going to have the band play for about a minute each of our 3 cartoons. And at the end of that minute, I'm going to look around the audience and find somebody who has their hand up, sitting very quietly, so that I can pick somebody to tell us what cartoon it is. So now from Nickelodeon, could I hear our first cartoon melody? Let's hear it. Cartoon from Nickelodeon. Give Destiny a hand. The next one is my favorite because I like to dance to it. Let's hear number 2. What did you think of those band moves? Weren't those cool? Okay, right here we have, this is William. William, what was that Nickelodeon cartoon?
Jimmy Neutron.
Give William a hand, that is right. And our final cartoon, we have kind of found that most of the students know the words to this one, so if you want to join in and sing, go for it. Let's hear number 3, please. Yes, John says the Fairly Odd Parents. That is great. Give him a hand. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Would you please give a nice round of applause to all your great music teachers? I am so excited for you to be able to be at the point where most of us music teachers were when we were your age. I was in 4th grade when my music teacher got out a real shiny trombone and I started playing it. And music is a true gift for you. You're lucky to have an outstanding teacher, Mr. Holcomb, to nurture along your music. And so I encourage you to take him up on the offer to play an instrument because it can bring you a lot of joy in your life.